Titans, guardians of metal entertainment worldwide. I am here with ATF Sinner and Destroyer of Hate. Thank you both for doing this interview with me.
Hello.
How are you guys enjoying the tour so far?
We're having a blast. It's been great, so far. We've been on this tour for 2 weeks now, or more, and we've seen a growing interest in our band, so we're happy about it, and everything is going fine. We're on the bus with Melikish and Rolling Christ. There's a good atmosphere here, friendly, and so it's okay.
That's good. How have the crowds been reacting to Hate so far throughout the tour, compared to, say, last time with Hypocrisy when you were here at Hate?
Quite good. Yeah, we've seen a progress. I mean, it's definitely a change for better comparing to our previous tour with Hypocrisy here in the States. So, more and more people are interested in our band and in the new record Rebels. It has been just released in the States a few weeks ago. So, it's very good.
Has there been a city so far that you've had a really good feedback from crowd, or have just simply really enjoyed?
All Canadian shows were very good. Were very good in the public. It's also very well.
Yeah, I know for Hypocrisy last time, the crowd for Vancouver was really good.
And also very good public in Chicago. Of course, it's not the Polish people, so I guess very good.
In 1990, what made you guys decide to play, say, death metal over, say, thrash metal, black metal? Or, I shouldn't say it's strictly death metal, but more towards that way compared to saying, a power metal band.
I started Hate as an extreme metal band, We didn't call it this or that. It was just an extreme metal band, and it was a combination of, say, American death metal with European thrash metal. Something like this. And for, 10 years or something, we were focused on, let's say, traditional death metal. It wasn't that different from other Polish bands. And then in 2005 there was a change. The change in the style and in the lineup also. And we started to implement some new elements to the music, such as industrial influences, some samples, some black metal influences also. So it was the moment when the sound of our band has changed quite much.
Yeah. Now for the newest album, it took 5 weeks to actually complete the album and everything, whereas on average most bands are months and months it takes them. What exactly brought how short of time? Was it mostly that you had everything ready before you went into the studio, or was it just clicked?
Definitely, almost all was ready before the studio.
Yeah, it took me a year to compose all the music for this album with the drummer Hexen, and we had all the stuff completed long before we entered the studio.
There was a demo recorded.
Yeah, also we recorded a detailed demo with, most of the elements, even those small arrangements that later appeared on the album. So I think we were quite well prepared for the recording session. And also we were just, after the tour here in America, just a few days after we came back to Poland, we were in the studio working on the album, recording. So that was a kind of flow,
Yeah.
We just ended the tour and we entered the studio quite prepared and also well determined to record it quickly without any delays and stuff, and we had a clear vision of the album. It's the first thing. That's why it took us not more than 5 weeks with the mixes.
Yeah, that's a really short time.
It was
compared
intensive
to
work,
most.
very intensive, like all days, you know. Also at nights if it was necessary sometimes. But I must say we are really satisfied with the final result, and it's probably our best album thus far, especially when it comes to production, to sound, you know.
Yeah, it's very good. I love it. I'll be buying
Thank you.
my copy
Thank
tonight
you
at
very
the
much.
show, but yeah, it's great. Now you have so many albums out now, and what exactly inspires you to, like, with all the different riffs, right? Like, you don't want to repeat yourself, but at the same time, you want something new, something totally different from the last one, but you still want it to be hate. So what exactly inspires you to create new riffs each time?
It's always a challenge, and it's a process that never ends. I mean, I'm all the time in a composing mode, if I may say so, you know.
Yeah.
So even now I have a few almost complete tracks for the next record, you know, because it's something that as I said, it never stops. In a way, it's a kind of drive, you know, something that you cannot get rid of. In fact, so it's really hard to explain. It's really hard to explain, but it's like a, you know, inner drive to create simply. And I get inspired by lots of things, films, books, you know, the real situations in life that I can see. Some also personal stuff that is around me, you know, in my own life. So
Yeah.
lots of things. It's very hard to pinpoint just one, you know, field or one thing that is really inspiring.
Now with the Rainbows, is there perchance a slight opportunity that there could be a video for it? Or like for the last album you had the video for Trinity, will there be a video for this album as well? Or is it still...
Definitely. After this tour we'll be working on a video for the song Erebos. And so I think that we will present the finished video clip this summer, or let's say by the end of the summer. And also we have an ambition to make more video clips for the songs of this album, because there are at least a few songs that really deserve to be filmed in a way, you know, to have some. Yeah, but it depends a lot on the time, on the budgets, of course, and other things. We have really busy period now, playing lots of concerts. Also, we have some festivals in Europe confirmed. Here on this tour, it's like a huge tour. It's almost 80 concerts altogether.
Yeah, that's a lot of shows.
During 3 months. It's a big, enormous challenge for us, you know.
It's a huge chunk of time for one continent in a sense.
Yeah, definitely. So, as I said, it's a very busy period, but at least one video clip will be shot for the song Erebos for sure.
Okay.
We've got a lot of ideas, we make a lot of discussion together every day. Just to
Yeah.
have everything.
Any clues to what type of video it might be?
I'd like to
or
make it dark, really dark. Let's say bloody a little bit. So we've got some ideas. I can't say now.
yeah, can't
No,
say
it's not.
everything, right? But
Yes,
yeah.
that's.
But
People can expect something good, something I think fresh and original.
something dark for sure, with some dark erotism also. And yeah, I think we have found good people to collaborate with on this clip, but
It's too early to.
it's too early to
Say
talk
for
about this.
sure,
Yeah,
but, yeah.
until it's not fully confirmed. But yeah, we would like to do something not that obvious, not that, you know, typical that people might expect. So
Not the typical blood, gore
No, no.
kind of
Definitely
idea.
not.
There's a story and stuff.
not this type of thing. No, more artistic picture, and as I said, not typical death metal stuff or satanic stuff. It is, you know, so obvious and can come across in almost each clip. You know.
Yeah, something that's got more to it than just what everybody else has, which is cool.
Definitely.
Well, can't wait. Now, what made you decide for the North American version of Erebos to have the bonus tracks? Was it for the label reason, or was it a personal choice to have the extra songs on the American version only compared to the European one?
It was both, in fact, because it was, we were talking with the label, with the labels, in fact, because here in America we were distributed by Entertainment One, and as far as I know, they wanted to have like more songs on their version, which was really okay for us too, because we had like some extra ideas that were not included on the European version of the album. So here the American metalheads get the album plus 5 bonus tracks, and there are two of them are remixes of our songs made by a French artist named Melecta, a guy quite well known in the dark ambient scene, European underground dark ambient scene. He's been working with lots of bands, and so his versions are really, in my ears they sound really fresh. I mean, it's something that is not usual for death metal bands to make remixes, dark ambient remixes of their songs, And also there are 2 industrial tracks by a Polish composer, Michael Stachkun, a very young guy but very talented, I think, and I adapted his ideas, and we together made those songs, which are really interesting to me, and yeah, it's like the album with those bonuses sound like of something fuller to me, like a fuller picture, and
it's like looking at the song in a new perspective too, right? Like
hearing
it in a different way, which is
definitely
cool.
Looking at your own songs from some new perspective.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you both for doing this interview with me today. Before I finish, is there anything you'd like to send out to the fans?
What I can say, we are really, glad to be here in America, and that we'll be coming again and again. So expect us, next year, and even at the end of this year, maybe, on a tour, which is not confirmed yet, but we were talking about this before the interview. So there are lots of prospects, lots of nice offers from America for us these days, and we'll be using these opportunities for sure.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.